Charles, ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
No doubt, bro.
What's up?
What's
What's up?
good? What's good? What's good? Thawed magazine in the building. You know what it is. We got my baby Charles Conley in the building. Tell him what's up, Charles. Tell him what to do. What to
What's up?
do.
What's up? I'm Convict Charles. A lot of y'all know me for doing music around the 989, 313, Michigan. But I'm known for a lot of other things. I do traveling, audio engineer. I got a few unique jobs that I do editing movies. I'm actually on my third movie editing. You know, I try to keep myself busy as much as possible, especially right now that we got so much going on in our scene. There's so much going on in the scene.
No
So,
doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man.
but
And
yeah,
we got a lot of history. Me and you, rest in peace, Sarah Parker.
right.
Much love. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of things back, man, years back. So we ain't just start. You ain't just start. Let them know when you
Nah,
first. Let them know when you first got in this. You know what I'm saying? In this whole entertainment, this whole
right.
business.
Well, I started with Evil Empire. I don't know if any of y'all remember Dope Boy AK, but I'm sure y'all do. He's
Yeah.
still around. But me and him started. I got one of his CDs, and I took it down to Detroit, and they were like, "Who is that?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, some cat that was passing out the CDs." I went to cop one. You know what I'm saying? So from that, we met each other a couple other times, just through mutual friends, and then we just started doing music. I was like into what he was doing. He was doing beats, and he was doing. I think used to be a DJ back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. He was a DJ, and then he went in and he did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Shout out Dope Boy AK.
Yeah, shot. But after I met with him, we started Evil Empire together. So
Okay.
we started getting that running. We had a couple other artists join in, but it was a fun ride. This was all about merchandise, all about fun. We really wasn't taking the music as serious, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, as they take it now. We was more so just having fun with it. We printed a
Mm-hmm.
couple CDs, hit the road, and just went club to club clubbing.
Yeah.
But that experience is what brought me to really taking music seriously. Because I
What
start.
year? What year was that around?
Ooh, I want to say
Ooh.
that was 2003. Yeah,
Volume
2000.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's about '03. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So in
Yeah.
'03, because '02, that's when I actually got my first keyboard. I just actually got that back. It was one of those DJX. My very first keyboard that I played music on, I still got. So,
Yeah. Dope.
that's hella dope. But
That's what's up.
yeah, so I started music then, just playing around. But me and him started recording with this little Sony little box from Radio Shack and one of
Mm-hmm.
those little plug-in mics, and made a song called Bay City O's. And from there, we just started just making fun music. I was more so into like serious music because I'm all this militant guy because I want to make sure the system treat us right. That's the whole reason for my name, convict. Most people, oh,
Yeah.
because you went to jail. No, because I'm convicted to helping mugs not go to jail.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I made that conviction in my life. But we just we pretty much partied our way through the early 2000s, and then I got serious around 2012. Actually,
Okay.
somebody that's near and dear to us and always going to be a part of the scene, Sarah Parker, is the one that encouraged me to go get my degree for
Shout out
music.
Sarah Parker, man. I had much love for Sarah. Sarah
We
used to come to Saginaw, make sure and get me like, come on. So I got much
yep,
love for Sarah always.
much love, and that's the thing, the legacy that I want to try to keep going, because what she wanted for the community where we at was everybody to be able to have fun and enjoy themselves and be prosperous. That was her
Yeah.
dream, and that's why she even helped with the scene, because she wanted
Mm-hmm.
to really see people grow, see people really push forward with this music, because she had
Yeah.
belief in us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She
Especially
had
anybody.
energy, mad energy too.
Right. Anybody that from that time know that Sarah cared and wanted them to succeed. And you
Yeah.
know what? Her
Yeah.
legacy is so out cold that literally I can't name somebody that wasn't successful from the show as an artist.
Mm.
I can't think of anybody that didn't have some sort of career, didn't put out tapes, probably still putting out tapes right now, either got a record label. Shout out
Yeah.
to Beezy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I heard of a lot of artists through you and Sarah. Then that time from I mean, it was a lot of I mean, Charity,
Yep, Charity Smith, Melvin Jane. Oh my
Melva
God,
Jane.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
quite
so.
a few. You know what I'm saying? Quite a few. You know, that's where I met I think I met J100 through
Oh
y'all.
yeah, J100.
Yeah. So you know, and back then y'all had I
Man,
know quite a
Shorty V
few.
was
Shorty V.
uh,
Yeah. Big Hood. I met.
wholesale. Hood. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, I seen quite a few artists. It was, I was connecting and seeing. Plus with Scheme, he had the 989 at the
Yep.
same time, so it was a lot of artists like through all both, all the platforms that we
Yeah.
had at that time. That it was, coming bouncing around, and man, it was
Right.
it was lovely at that time.
And you know what? You just mentioned Scheme. One of
Yeah.
the most successful shows that we had is when we had the show with Scheme, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he is one of the ones that held the culture together also on what he was doing. Because
Yeah.
everybody, we all back
Everybody had
then,
a part.
everybody had a part. They did their thing, and I think that was kind of like our mistake trying to build. You know what I'm saying? But everything was right.
Yeah.
Everybody, when we met together as heads, we did what we supposed to do. And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
things that we always push forward, is that we did it. And
Yeah.
now looking at the scene that we got now, these guys are. I mean, the young cats that's out right now, they going hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's quite a few cats I
right,
look at. You know what I'm saying? Just watch the game. What they doing, and then more about their business, a lot better, I would say. It still needs growing, need more managers out there still, but
more, yeah,
it's coming up.
yeah, more professionals. And that's the
Yeah,
thing about what we didn't understand until we got in the game. Once we
it just
started getting
started
in the
music.
game and started, we you got to have a manager, you got to have assistants, people running around, you got to have somebody promoting you,
Street team,
outside
yeah,
street team. So we didn't really see it coming like this. But once we
yeah,
did, we kind of understood where our position is. That's why we doing podcasts. That's why we running the studios and different stuff like that. Because my dream now, is to keep creating new businesses within music so we can have the professionals. We missing
yeah,
that
yeah,
element.
yeah.
Once we get all of the professionals in those different positions, we have a good market.
Man, and
Because
that's the whole thing that Saginaw, hopefully Saginaw Bay City, Flint and Detroit kind of more on it, especially Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But Saginaw got to come up more as far as knowing the structure. You know what I mean? We
right,
all, even with like me doing a magazine, when I first did it was to help artists be more accustomed to interviews. So when a lot of artists, I was their first interview.
yep,
So it was like to help build. So when you get another one, you already know what to do. You know
right,
what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing about the whole game. A lot of times is that you gotta keep climbing up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta been through it. And
right.
what you like with the studios, a lot of people go to your studio and it was like their first studio to go to. So that now that they go to this studio and that studio, they already know what to expect.
Right, right. And see that is something that I really wanted to make sure happen here. Instead of going after the money, instead of going after the fame, any of that, I went after the training, trying to
Yeah,
get the people to understand how the business work, having where they build their own model of business, because it's independent, it's the indie spot.
yeah,
I took from what we learned in the streets, that you have to have rules, regulations, stuff like that. But at the
structure.
same time, you gotta have, with that structure, you gotta have creativity.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the openness of what we was doing then to now, and the structure is being created as we speak.
yeah,
So, I'm looking at all the aspects of how music is developed, how music is pushed out there. Now,
yeah.
I went and completed my bachelor's degree. Like, thank you, Sarah Parker, so much for supporting me
Mhm.
during that. But I finished my bachelor's degree in music production. So I got
That's what's up. Congratulations.
I got a more rounded understanding of the processes in music,
Yeah.
so what I did now is I've been pushing myself towards doing the video production and the movies, television. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually got myself involved with a television network, Global Premium Network, that
Okay.
we're starting, to really start to gain traction down in Detroit and other places. And it's on Roku, so it
Okay.
was just
Yeah.
elevating
Yeah.
slowly towards what we got going, and
Yeah.
every year that we push forward, every year that we got stuff going on, I mean, look, I'm on a podcast with you. You know, we had the
No doubt.
I remember the magazine. The magazine was see. That's what people didn't understand. The magazine. That's what those the things that we were missing. You know, we was missing
Yeah,
the magazine. You know, they got Twitter and stuff like that, but you still gotta have the stories. You still
yeah,
gotta have the
yeah.
writers. That's those professionals that we missed
Oh
in our
yeah,
team.
yeah.
You know,
And
we had
and that's why I always connected with you on that because we was, you know, a lot of artists got to understand, you know, they gonna be seen more, but it's cats like Convict, cats like us, we gonna help build your brand, and when that brand is built, you know what I'm saying. I hate when an artist say I ain't had no help, man. It's people building your brands, it's people helping. You know what I'm saying. It's always somebody fans sharing your music or it's somebody, and you need more. Saginaw needs more behind the scenes. It's been growing. Like I say,
yeah,
man, I can name names like Billy Zuki Ware. He went from an artist to doing photography. You know what I'm saying. Rush D was a rapper, cold rapping. You know what I'm saying, and a dope producer, platinum. You know what I'm saying, behind the scenes building
building
artists
brands.
up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying. So it's getting more people behind the scenes that's helping artists nowadays that wasn't there back when they was when Zook them was rapping. You know, it was people
Right.
all trying to learn it, but now you get more established people behind. That's building behind the scenes like yourself. You know what I'm saying. When you're doing movies and you helping building brands, you got studios where artists meet up at and they get to know each other. Or so you know what I'm saying. That's valuable.
Yeah, and it's so valuable that like if you really was to put it into context of how to have a successful market, it's almost essential. You know,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
without those things, it's kind of dead in the water. But
yeah,
I'm looking at I've been watching the scene in Michigan grow because of communication, people being connected, people being supportive. You know, a lot of people say well, they don't support here, but I get other people music through other artists. You know, this is one of
yeah,
the things that's the difference here is that a lot of the artists share each other's stuff. I see them all the time in the studio together. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was one of the biggest things here at Indie Spot. For Sale had the cook ups. And
yeah. Shout out for sale.
when I seen all sides of Saginaw getting together, I already knew it was gonna be something big. Because
Yeah,
now you're looking at the people who are making it or are making those ways of opening them, kicking them those down, like Corey D.
yeah.
Shout out to
Corey
him.
Dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Corey
yeah. Shout
Dollars.
out.
And
Deshaun Hayes. It's a
Deshaun
couple,
Hay.
man. I
Yeah,
done
it's
covered a lot of artists, man, as far as behind or helping. But I think a lot of that support thing, artists, and I'm glad you touched on that because I wanted to speak my piece on that too, as far as the support. And we have to understand, especially artists from Saginaw Bay City, especially in them areas, there's not a lot of hip hop fans. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? There's not a lot of I ain't gonna say fans, but hip hoppers.
yeah.
There's not a lot of hip hoppers. Like in New York, it busted because it was like hip hoppers. They loved hip hop, even if they ain't do music, they ain't rap, they ain't dance, they didn't do nothing. They just loved hip hop. There's not a
Right.
so you had to get out and you had to try to find, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get support from like Conley magazines, but if you really want more views, more support, more, you gotta find more hip hoppers that
Right.
love
That
and
love
that's
the
what we
music.
missing.
Yeah, that love the music. And see
That love
that's
what you're doing.
yeah.
Exactly.
And the whole thing is it's not the problem isn't that necessarily is no hip hoppers, it's how do you reach them? You know, how do you
Yeah,
really
not
engage?
not that it's not
Yeah.
enough. Saginaw, you're not
Yeah,
gonna get 1,000,000 views, 100,000 views. You might get 100,000. It's a lot of views, got 100,000, but it's a lot of people gonna watch that video over and over and over again.
right.
But is Saginaw has like if you think you're gonna get 1,000,000 views just because of 1,000,000 people, it's not them. It's not enough. It's not. You have to bring in, or you have to get your music out. You
Right.
know what I'm saying, and grab those ears.
Well, I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
you're exactly right. Just do the mathematics on this. This is an old sales thing that we used to do.
Yeah.
You want to get 10% market penetration. That is what's going to be success. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just think that's what 10%. So in Saginaw, I think the population about 47,000, right?
Exactly.
So you only getting 10% of that
4,000 or so,
12,000. You know, so that's
and
how
that
many
and that's spread around about a thousand rappers.
exactly. So you got to think about that. I mean, you got to think about so trying to just aim for this area is helpful, but you have to expand yourself out. I was just so thankful that I gave a young lady an opportunity, Shirai Hope, and she went from doing one song with me to doing another song, doing her third song, and then all of a sudden she's in Africa singing my song.
That's what's up.
That was something that was like real special to me because I'm looking at the growth of an individual, and she took it to Africa. So they so being able to
and that's one of the main things. That's a good thing she did, because it's a lot of hip hoppers. No disrespect to any other place like in Michigan or anything, but Africa is a hip hop place. If you don't understand, they might not be the ones that can do the Jay-Z or music wise, but they hip hop fans. They just love what you do.
Right.
They, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You got to find them people that be like, man, I love that Conley doing the studio. You know what I'm saying? I love some people in Saginaw be like, they just ain't hip hopper. They don't. You're a hip hopper, live the life, the culture. They love everything.
But like I was saying before, though, this young group, they, I see the movement. The movement.
It's growing.
And the numbers, you got to be respectful of the numbers, even though they're a lot of them low. When you hit 10,000 on a video around here, and you're not going anywhere, you haven't won any big shows or anything like that, that's a big deal. And you probably need to take that seriously and take yourself serious. And find somewhere else you can try to spread your wings. Because just going to Detroit, that's good, but you still got Grand Rapids, you got Ohio, you got things that's in reach of you that you can make it to. But
and you can reach them with a click.
And that is the most important. Hey, remember we couldn't
do that.
We had to pack the CDs up, the T-shirts, the homies. You had to call all the homies. We used to roll out deep to these clubs and going out of town and stuff like that.
All you gotta do is put a hashtag Atlanta, Georgia, and somebody probably don't see you.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's different. It's just now it's more work on these smart devices and stuff like that, and having your stuff together. Now you can be so creative. Where you can be on your phone creating. I created a ad earlier for my day of this. So it's just one of those things that like you just got to push yourself to really reach. Because you look at your numbers, man. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the numbers, we just had a release of a song with Bootleg with my buddy Bobby Chance. Y'all need to go check that out. Michigan Me. So all y'all Michigan people, y'all need to really go check that out, because they really put on for Michigan with that song. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So go check it out on my page. I probably share it to the group, and we'll go from there. But I'm really looking at everything that we got going on here in the 989. And
it's definitely. I like how it's been going.
Yeah,
like I say, it's still got to get more hip hop. We need people that don't do music, people that don't rap, people that don't do clothing lines, people that just but they love hip hop. Yeah, and I know it's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I love hip hop," but you only listening to the mainstream. You only listen to Jay-Z or Nas or. You know what I'm saying? Or NBA Youngboy, but you got artists in your own city and you ain't even listening. That's what I'm talking about. Is them guys them people, men and women that just they love music, but they don't rap. They don't got studios. They don't got none of that. But they love when so and so come out, or they love this when it come out. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jay-Z in New York and all them built. New Yorkers was here. Look, they was hip hop. They was pushing them boys, and they ain't rapping nothing from the streets. They was putting money behind them guys.
Money behind.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And see, that's I think that's where we at right now. And speaking of that, see, now it's a unique thing, because a lot of people are becoming entrepreneurs, and these businesses need to learn how to get with these artists and learn how to connect and build brands, together.
Exactly. Brand ambassadors.
And that's all we need. Like I said, the young professionals, you get the business people in, and you make it happen. Just imagine the concerts that we can throw, or the amount of money people can make when they have that type of support behind them. That means that they can do their shows out of town. You know how much money artists can make, that get popular. I done heard of tickets $80,000, $120,000 for an artist just to show up.
Just to show up, that money get deep.
And it's people that's coming from your city. Michigan got one of the biggest populations of audio engineers. you know, and people that work in that field, they go all over. I'm one of them. I go all over the country doing music, you know, whether it's setting up a stage or, you know, and that's what this area has to understand, you know, as young professionals, as business people, as, you know, because you can have an artist from here make that same money, but what's behind them? You know, these artists got record labels and that kind of stuff behind them. And just think, you put $20,000-$30,000 in an artist, and now he started flipping shows for $100,000. Come on now,
man, bro. You know, that's one thing I kind of knowledge wise that I've been happy to do the magazine for, because I done learned and done dealt with a lot of artists from Florida to Texas to, you know, Georgia to everywhere, and I get to see, you know what I'm saying, how they did it or how they came up, or and you sometimes you look and say, God, dog, there was a lot of money put behind that guy, or he might got 5 NFLers that you don't even know about that's behind him too, putting money, you know what I'm saying, and that's what artists think. Oh, I'm just gonna put my music out, it's gonna get me there. This a whole different game too now. Not now. It's a whole different game.
It's a business, and the thing is now is different types of media. See, when you get paid when you getting paid for Spotify and stuff like that, that's cool. But on the other flip side of this, in the business aspect of it, your market reachability goes on to say something for a company that's supporting you. You know, you get any type of money behind you, and now you're doing $10,000 in Facebook ads, $5,000 in YouTube, and that kind of stuff, because you're able to do that because of a brand that's behind you. Then that's whole different ball game.
Whole different ball game.
And
I mean, cut you off, but we want to salute everybody that's rocking with us, man. Y'all could have chose to do anything today, and you chose to rock with us, so we appreciate y'all. Shout out Skywalker. He say salute to the OG. We got 3 on, man. Y'all leave comments. We gonna answer them. And that's part of that same thing. I go on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I might just drop my name on there. That's promotion to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, hey, we do the same. We shout you out. Comments. If you got a question for Convict, any of that, you know, just do it. You know what I mean? Just say what's up. Shout out Andreas, Dre. Bro, Dre, Live Waves, you know what I'm saying? That's another creative behind the scene hip hopper too. And he ain't got to put music out to be a hip hopper. He created an avenue for hip hoppers. He got his own app that's comparison or competes on the same level with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So y'all go check that out. You know what I'm saying? He trying to build something for artists too. So y'all connect with that man. He's saying yes, sir, on there. So what we gonna say right now, we done talk in general of music and business, and we done touched on a lot of topics, but I want them to understand a little bit more of what you got going on with Global Premiere Network. Tell us how that works. Do you work with more directors? How do they get on the network, or what's going on with it?
Okay, the easiest way to get on the network, go to globalpremiumnetwork.com, TV.com, and just either register, or you can call the number. Right now, we got a special on Thursdays where we're doing the hip hop videos. You can submit your video, and you can get right on. I mean, with Global Premium, we're building a brand on Roku television. So that's 49 million devices worldwide. You know, reaching those devices, and like I said, once again, those partnerships and those, you know, relationships that you build go further, you know. So I mean, on a TV network, I think it's movies and all that you can get involved with.
Yeah.
You know, I've been meeting a lot of different people inside the industry since I've been doing the movies and been doing the videos and that kind of stuff. That you know, it's valuable. Your music can go in a movie, you know, and get streamed even more, getting points and that kind of thing. This is something that artists really are not accustomed to doing, but it's something that's fun. It's entertaining. I love making music just for a movie, you know, making a song just for the movie, you know.
Yeah, that's dope. Doing the soundtrack or the score.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope. So with even with the Global, you got global. Are you creating movies to it? If they got movies,
right now
they got to register, right?
Yeah. If you got movies, you can just get a hold of us. Right now we got all I think about is Revenge on YouTube. That's one of the movies. We doing Jamaican Drug Lord. That's the movie that's going to be coming out soon. I got a couple sitcoms. Roommates, Best Friends Roommates is on YouTube, and then we also got the Dilio Brothers starring me. Yeah, I'm in one too. He's doing some comedy.
Yeah, I seen one of them. I think was it was a comedy. Yeah, I seen a little bit of that one.
The Dilio Brothers. Oh, I love it. We out there hustling everything. Wait, for all y'all out there that really want to get in touch or get a hold of us at Global Premium, the number is 567-312-0840. So just call that number up, and then you discuss what you want to do. Be ready. Have everything ready for that professional meeting, because that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Global Premium Network.
Yeah, no doubt. That's dope too. Exactly. Like we say, creating. Yeah, and so we're gonna go in the indie spot.
Okay.
I remember when y'all first had it in building mode. It's been doing. You got in-house producers now. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Where artists know they can go right there and somebody gonna chop them up and work and professionally. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What all do?
Go ahead. What you?
Go ahead. I'm finna say what you finna say.
Okay, so with Indie Spot, like I said, me and Sarah and Paul. Shout out to Paul. Paul is the most important key here because he helping us get us together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out Paul.
But me and Sarah started building artists here. What we wanted to do is we wanted to try to get as much experience for them by taking them on to different shows and showcases to try to get them an experience so they can be able to become artists.
Yeah.
But what Indie Spot ended up morphing to is a business hub for people to create their own brands. Right now, we have a few brands that was just made so recently. To the Roots, shout out Jay McKay. Jake McKay, my fault, not Jay.
Okay, I think I met him in there.
Yeah, Jake McKay. Shout out Don Quilly. He's been tearing up everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I seen him when I was last in Saginaw.
Yeah, and then it's just it's for like this. Buck. Oh yeah, can't forget about Buxley. But it's just so many different businesses that have come through this door and created something.
Yeah.
And that's what Indie Spot really represent, is that independent spirit of being able to come in and do what you need to do and then create your brand. Shout out to AJ Cole. He also has Saginaw Sound. He's doing this thing too. I mean, and I gotta shout out the man, you know what I'm saying? Backpack Zach, he all over the place.
Oh yeah, Backpack Zach, shout out. That's good to see his growth, man. He been growing good.
He everywhere. And see, the thing is, even with him, he's learning the lesson of how this is such a big business venture. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy just to do this. You have to do this every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to deal with whatever you got to deal with every day. So shout out Zach Parker. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep the business spirit going. Because the whole thing is that if you can figure out how to do this business and how to push this business forward, you'll win. It's proof in the pudding because we got people from this scene that has done it.
That have done it. Exactly.
Done it. They did it. They came back. And then you know what?
And shout out to Corey Davis too. He said much respect to both of y'all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Andreas Parsley said yes, sir. Scott Walker said salute to the OG. And I don't know what that other comment was. I ain't gonna lie about that one. It's on YouTube. So like I said, it's streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Instagram just got the link in there, but in live ways, it's streaming on live ways. So you can go to any one of those social media platforms and watch. If you're listening on Facebook, we salute y'all, appreciate y'all. If y'all watching, we appreciate y'all too. The hearts, man, any kind of support, contributions, any type of checking in and just watching or just seeing what Convict doing or the Thawed doing, man, we appreciate y'all. Salute.
Yeah. So but like I was saying, with like Indie Spot, that it morphed into more so creating other businesses and other lanes for people to experience the music scene.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm finishing up my master's degree right now in instructional
Well, you
design.
ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, it don't stop. See, because this last run around with the artists that has been working now, I see them taking this a lot more serious than any other artists I've worked with in the past. You know, they're investigating, creating brands, working with other people in different markets. You know, they're really working towards creating a real market for themselves.
They networking a lot better. I mean,
Ooh.
I ain't gonna say a lot better, but a lot of networking going on with them. They got a lot more tools, and they using them. They networking.
Yeah. So they networking and they keeping it fresh. You know,
yeah.
And that's what you got to do. You got to keep it fresh and keep it networking. You know,
exactly.
So once you do that, you're gonna get in a lot of doors. A lot of doors gonna open for you. It's gonna open for the people that's around you, the people that support you. But like you said, we gotta get this hip hop fan base going. You know, because once we get that going,
yeah, you got to. You'll find, and I think that's what a lot of artists say when they saying support. Of course, they talk about other stuff too, but I think mainly support as far as people just wanting to listen to you, and that's why I say you have to get to the hip hoppers. You know, and we got a lot of people that say they hip hoppers, but they not. You know what I mean? They not. I'm a hip hop. I've been a hip hopper since 8. I was dancing on my head backboard. I mean,
right, cardboard. Yeah,
exactly. I remember in high school, cats pulling CDs out. I still remember these things. It's like I went around trying to find who did what. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. Hip hoppers. Even if I ain't put a track out, I was trying to find out who did what. And a lot of people in the city, I hate to say it, they don't try to say see or no. They rocking with their friends, but they ain't rocking just with the hip hop. That friend stuff. Yeah, it's lovely, but you gotta check. You gotta be a hip hop lover.
Right, you gotta be. I lost the video for a second. I'm gonna hook up this other camera real quick.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, your voice ain't kicked out, so we still hear you.
Yeah,
you can talk. You can just say what you gotta say whenever needed. Whenever you feel like, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say too much right now. I'll let you get situated. But as far as anybody listening, man, like again, we appreciate y'all listening, rocking with us. Check out Indie Spot. Check out Global Premium Network. Man, Charles, I utmost respect for him because not only did he help build a studio in the city to help artists when it wasn't that many, he was also throwing shows. Man, he had me host. I hosted about 7 of his shows. Him and Sarah, shout out to them. They called me every time I was hosting so many shows. I was like, hey, I gotta go.
I think we ran between you and Silly Boy. We just like, hey, you want to come do a show? And then we had the comedians too. That's another thing. Shout out to Chuck Bates. You know what I'm saying? Because
shout out Chuck Bates,
Dick Dickerson. You know,
shout out Dick Dickerson.
So you know, it's the comedy even is starting to take off here. You know, shout out Sharik Els too. You know what I'm saying? L Block. Yeah. But that's the thing about what's going on right now. We got a scene that's being developed and it's working. And it's working its way to being something. If everybody just keep doing what they doing and we keep pushing like that. Like I said, I'm 1 month away from this master's degree. 1 month. It's my last month. I'm developing my capstone project. I'm developing the different things that go along with being a master's student, because the mastery is the actual reason for getting a master's is so you can be able to master anything. They only get when when the master's
America
program,
based on labels. You gotta have that label,
right?
Doctor this or professor this. That label. It means a lot in America.
It means so much. It was like man, I don't even know why. You know, like I said, I was reading these books and stuff before I even went to school. But you know, the whole thing is getting that label. You know what I'm saying? But once I'm out, now I'm out. You know, the whole thing is I've put myself into a position where a lot of the things that we can have going, it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I've started doing the basketball. Right now I'm volunteer coaching 6th grade basketball. This has been an interesting journey, you know, because I'm starting to realize
how you do also much. You got 28 hours in the day or something. You got more hours than me.
I stay working. No, seriously though. You know what I do? I just the things that's important to me, I do them.
Yeah, I feel you. We gotta compartmentalize.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I
It's
definitely
hard.
understand that.
It's hard, but
Yeah,
at the same time, you know what? Though I make time for the people that make time for me. You
yeah,
know, I do whatever I can, but I focus on the things that I know I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
don't have no
yeah, yeah.
choice but to do that.
Get them out the
And
way. Yeah,
right, and I'm looking at the future. Like right now, we got finally we have our athletes that can actually make money off their likeness. You know,
NIL. Yeah,
so now it's not the same as, oh, you only got this percentage to make it to the NBA. It's not about that anymore.
You can make money in high school. I mean, college. You
College,
can make
yeah.
that.
So you know,
Yeah,
and it's a lot different, and you know, having these skills to be able to do that, because that's a big market to open up. Think about the market for basketball. Now you're talking about this area as far as views and stuff like that. Think about what sports would do.
yeah,
Think
yeah.
about it. You know, we got
Think about it,
arena.
and I don't mean to cut you off, but I hope the whoever watching this understand this one man right here is trying to create what I was talking about, bringing the hip hoppers and making them hip hop lovers. You know what I mean? In the city, I'm talking about in Saginaw, not people that just say, "Oh, 2 Chainz coming," or I don't think 2 Chainz ever come back to Saginaw, but
Oh, no, I don't think so either. That was the show Sarah was at. Like, oh
I'm
my
just saying,
god,
but
yeah.
but I respect what you do. And I know you showed me the same mutual respect for what I do. You know, we 2 different lanes in a certain way, but I'm gonna show a lot of people why I respect what this man doing. Is because he's trying to create avenues. Now, you had singers, you had rappers, you had dancers, you had media, you had movies with actors, and you was trying to give them where they can all, you might run into each other, but you don't even know why y'all are even kind of dabbling with each other now. But when you got somebody that's trying, like even with me in the magazine, I don't interview this guy, that guy, and they collab and they talk. That's what you try to bring and connect instead of so much separated. And the more media outlets and more things like Charles doing, the more people start learning about each other and start connecting. And that was one reason why I wanted to put interviews out for people who know people, and they'll start working with them or connecting. Like, man, no, I don't like him from that side of,
Right.
man. And you don't even know if your moms would have stayed in the same spots, y'all would have been probably best friends. You
Yeah,
know
and
what
I
I'm
want
saying?
and I really want to thank all the artists that have worked with me, because y'all really been working with somebody that's focused on something totally different
You got a
than what,
different focus.
I had a different focus. You know, I hadn't been in the studio a lot. You know, I was just, I was doing that masters. See, the
Yeah,
important part about why I took instructional design is to educate and to get people to understand the different things that's happening around you. You know, you got to know these things. You know, in
yeah.
order for us to build for the future. I keep telling like a lot of the artists that come here, and they probably think I'm crazy for this, but I tell them you can build a skyscraper. It's not that hard. You know, think about it. Everybody put $1,000 in. Guess what? You know, how big is a skyscraper? Commit to that for a whole year.
Yeah,
$1,000 a
yeah.
month. Guess what? You have a skyscraper, or you have some type of building that legitimately can be built into something greater. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about what you can put in with a team, a pot, whatever it is, a society. When you want to be great, you got to work together, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. You know, people think it's corny, whatever. I don't know what people think,
Man,
but
you
it don't matter what people
bro.
think. The whole
And,
thing is that's how it works. It
bro,
worked for
you're a
the ancient,
trendsetter. And trendsetters don't worry about what people think. I was the
right?
same way. I figured to be able to do what we do, especially like you having a studio, you get from all sides, internal street beefs and all of this stuff, and you gotta be able to
Everything.
deal with it and keep your plan, even though somebody say, "Oh, I ain't gonna deal with him because he rocking with him." You gotta be able, if you got your set, like you say with a skyscraper, you gotta know where to start, your foundation.
Your
You gotta have
foundation.
that plan and set in motion. And if you got a plan for 5, 10 years down the line, you can't let nobody say, "Oh man, it's that." If you got your focus, you got your plan, you know what you want to do. And that's basically what he's telling you with a skyscraper. If you
Right.
know your foundation, you can put it together. It's going to be a lot of outside internal things or internal. And listen to that man. If y'all around him, listen to him, because that's what we need, more people, because that man's smart, man. Going for masters. And while he going for masters, still putting studios and music and networks. Man, Charles Conley, man, my utmost respect, my brother.
All right, thank you, man. Like, and that's that's what make me keep doing it, is that people really looking and seeing that I'm accomplishing things that's outside of me. You know, it's outside of what I'm just doing. You know what I'm saying? I always look at it from a different perspective. See, a lot of people don't know my story and how I really got started, like all together, how I even made it here to Saginaw. No, I got in a lot of trouble when I was a kid. And, you know, so it led me to Secure Treatment Facility, you know, right there in BV, you know, and from there, you know, my basketball, everything that helped me get into Delta, you know. And the unique thing about my case is that I was sentenced under the old juvenile law, you know, where they had to educate you. So it's deep. I had to take my education. I had to take my GED in handcuffs at the GED testing facility.
Man,
that's
wow.
Yeah, you know. So you know, now you got to wait till you get out of juvenile or whatever. But I forced them to. I wrote letters and everything to whoever I could to get my education. You know, I was at least smart enough at 16 to really go for it and get the information out there. You know, to hey, you got to give me my education, you know. And that worked out for me because now I had more opportunities, you know. And as I progressed, I moved here, you know. I moved to Bay City of all places, and it was you know, that was a real struggle, you know, moving here because
back
you know
then too.
They didn't understand. Yeah, oh yeah,
they wasn't talking about no hip hop. They was trying to ban people from coming down that road. You ain't coming from Saginaw, you coming down this road.
Exactly. And I'm working 2 jobs, and you know what I'm saying, and just doing my thing, you know what I'm saying, just really trying to get things in motion for myself. But as I started doing that, I started meeting people, you know, I started talking to people, and I started understanding a different life outside of Detroit. And that would make me get like, wait a minute, you know, imagine if we all just connected through this whole state. Because then, you know, once I got out, I started traveling. I hadn't been out of Detroit. I was one of those kids that was stuck in the way. You know, I was in the way of society. You know,
that's trying to get you out the way.
Yeah, and I needed to be out the way. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole thing. I needed to be out the way. Somebody should have grabbed me and told me, don't do that. But you know, sometimes you ain't always in that position to have somebody like that. And that's why I do that. I do that now because that's what happened to me. That's what brought me into the position to where, you know, I couldn't let nobody else go through what I went through. You know, I couldn't see myself being a conscious man letting somebody else go through what I went through without telling them the right thing to do.
Exactly.
You know, because nobody did it for me, but I can do it for other people. You know what I'm saying? I can tell my story and say how, I probably could have made it to the NFL.
Man, and that's very important, man. That's very. Shout out K Scott too. Say my motherfucking name.
Oh yeah, I know. I just seen that. What's up?
Yeah.
He
man,
got
shout out to everybody.
That deaf music, man. You better put that album out, man. Keep playing. look. I had to get on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, that's what's up, man. I definitely, you know, and that's one thing when I did the magazine is to put people, to give people more the stories that they can hear from. Like you said, how you had to get your GED. And you know what I'm saying, for people to get a more universal look at you. And I've been doing that for like 13 years. And I feel like a lot of people didn't read. They could have got so much information. I feel like anybody that ain't listening right now is missing so much information. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I got I want. Is it a way I could play a song?
You can play it right there. I don't know. It should play. We should be able to hear it well.
All right, I'm about to play this song. Shout out to Shine. You know who you are. Young P. Here we go. Let me go ahead. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna have to mute the mic.
Shout out Ghost, the Cat Triplet. Shout out Ghost. Real ninjas do real things, no doubt. That's my guy. That's bro. 100. We appreciate y'all. Anybody rocking with us, man. Much love. You know what I mean? Shout out. Look at my baby Meech Go TV, man. I appreciate Meech Go TV too, man. I ain't seen nothing out of his character. That's a real guy. So if y'all watching this, and this is Thawed, man. You know, I'm real big on media, Saginaw media. Anybody that was doing media, I wasn't trying to be in their way. Ain't no beefing with me. You know what I mean? I'm all about supporting. I want to see more media. So shout out to Meech Go TV, man. Y'all go check him out on YouTube, Facebook, however it go, man. Y'all Google the name, man. Meech Go TV. Much love. Salute, my brother.
Hey, can you hear that?
To respect, King. Respect. Shout out, Ghost. You already know what it is here. Much love. Man, and y'all rocking with Thawed Magazine. Y'all rocking with Convict. You know what I mean? Charles Conley. You know, we got Indie Spot Global Premium Network. You know, he got other avenues, ventures he building. We ain't even touch on the music fest. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
could you even hear that?
Salute, my brother. No, I couldn't even hear it. I didn't even know it
I,
was playing. I thought y'all still setting it
yeah,
up.
yeah. I don't know. I was looking at the file. I wonder if there's a way I can share the file to you.
Well, you know what? Because I got it on the website. When you send me the link, we're gonna put it. I got a page for every live that's been on here. So it's gonna be a page on the thawedmagazine.com. Send me the link and I include it so that they can listen to it too if you want them to do that.
Okay, it might let me play. It's gonna let me play Michigan Me, I think. Hold
Shout
on.
out, Meech, man. Much love.
Oh, that's the
Much
internet
love, my
shortcut.
brother. Nothing but respect. Keep doing
Yeah,
your thing too.
I would have to send it to you, but
Yeah,
I'll put it in video format.
Yeah.
But you know, it's man, look, and I'm gonna just keep reiterating this.
Yeah.
We have a lot of opportunities right now to do something great. You know, like I said,
yeah.
I'm about to move myself into basketball and getting the young guys avenue to do their sports. You know, you got a sports fan. I watched that sports fan. Oh man,
they connect.
Are we too hard on LeBron? Like,
why you go there, bro?
I don't want to even go back there. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a LeBron fan and Kobe fan anyway. You know, I'm from Detroit, so we hated Jordan. You know, we know he's great. We hated Jordan. We already knew he was greater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't like Jordan either, but I couldn't deny that he was a GOAT type guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with Brian, I ain't no Brian guy at all. But I can't deny his talent. You know what I mean?
Right. I say get him the king. Give him the king. He did stuff that nobody else was able to do. You know,
man, you taking it into Thawed sports talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me go back to the because you know that's what I'm into. You know, come on, I'm a baller. You know what I'm saying? I love to play ball. Matter of fact, you know what? That's another thing that I got going on in the future here is that we're gonna be taking care of the ball addicts and getting together and putting together a celebrity game. You know,
wow, that's dope.
Yeah. Well, it's to raise money for the junior high league.
Okay.
Jimmy Mega, I know you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he big on basketball. So
you talking about my cuz?
Oh yeah, cuz you already know. Yeah. So he been putting together a whole bunch of stuff for the kids for years. So we want to put together some fundraisers and that kind of thing in the future and get these ballers out here balling. So and.
Man.
Like I said, I'm into a lot of things. That's what people have to.
I already know.
Yeah, people have to realize that I'm just not just sticking in one anything, and I'm not about just the money. I'm really about the scene and what the purpose is going to be because I see it differently. I see people building brands. I see people, moving forward in life. I see people doing so many different things that, they don't expect it to come from where we come from.
Yeah,
but now we getting it.
And I mean to cut you off, but that's one reason why I can almost look at and I've been in the scene for so long in the 90s. You know what I mean? I done talked to Bone Scandalous. He was supposed to be the first guy on the Hype magazine. You know what I mean? If anybody know my history with Thawed, I dealt with Mac the Jacker, much love to him. All the OGs from back in the days. And you can see people that got or talk to them and when they got something differently brewing than just I'm gonna make $1 million through this music. You know what I mean? When they got genuine love for the community, and like I say with you trying to create like that center where athletes, artists, R&B, rappers, directors, actors, and they all can.
They all could just and because that's the nucleus. This another one of my quote. The thing I always say here at the studio is I'm trying to bring the Hollywood budget to Michigan. The Hollywood budget ain't just because you live in Hollywood. It's those people that own those businesses. And you know what? This is the funniest thing. A lot of those people live here.
Yeah.
Go figure. Some of the movies are done here. But a lot of those people that are making those Hollywood budgets.
I think they set that in motion like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago to have more movies thrown in Saginaw. They got a lot of money for that, I remember.
Yeah.
Then they shifted it to Detroit a little.
Yeah, it was a lot of grants out there for video production because they was expanding the market. you know, and now we have a market. Cell phones are making it where you can do movies with your cell phone, you know.
Yeah,
So, you know, and because the media is different now. Now it's TikTok.
yeah,
Now it, you
yeah.
know, and it's those kind of things. You still can do cinema with YouTube and Tubi,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it's so many different avenues now. But
Yep.
having that nucleus and that center, you know, where the directors and all that can, you know, saying get and have talent to look at and scout. You know, that's what we don't have. We don't come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
The
I
my
already know.
like I did film a couple runway shows, you know, because they have them here in Saginaw. Saginaw got some real talented designers too. I forgot to just
Yeah,
not forget, just
yeah.
shout out to all the
They
Saginaw
just so
designers.
separated. It's just so everybody's so
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah,
You know what I
and
mean? That people don't really take note of it because it's you got to go way over here to see that guy and that guy way over
yeah,
here, and you know that fashion, and you got to go see the show here, and they lock down on the show, so it's like
right.
it's hard to see everybody that's doing something because everybody's so all over the place, and they be just right close to each other, but mentally they so all over the place.
All over the place. And see, that's why we got to build some type of center or you know some synergy where we can make those things happen. But
Yeah.
it all starts with the community really supporting. And like you said, we go back to creating the hip hoppers. I got to
Mm-hmm.
create my goal. I got not only do I got to create the hip hoppers, but I got to create the cameraman. I got to create the director, the grip, the you know what I'm saying the
Everybody
person. You know, I got to
they
create
out
the
there.
audio.
They out
Right.
there. They got look. They hit. There's some people that's, but they everywhere but Saginaw. They
Right.
mentally.
Yeah.
We talking about mentally. They might be physically in Saginaw, but they watching New York hip hop. They watching
Mhm.
Louisiana hip hop. You know, they watching to see what Young Boy gonna do. You know what I
Right.
mean? They watching to see the next cat gonna drop. You know, they watching to see why T Dot got shot. You know, they
Right.
watching everything but
Right.
who in Saginaw doing something.
Right. And see
So
that's
that's
the
what we talking about.
so
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing, you know what I'm saying, that I want to try to create once I'm done with this master's because I'm done with school for this until I start. Now I'm about to build the thing that I always wanted to build a long time ago when Sarah was here. You know, is a community of people who work together who achieve goals. You know,
Yeah,
and like I told you, Sarah, that's what Sarah's big on. That's why she didn't
man.
care who she worked with. If you had beef, Sarah's gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
If
she
you
gonna
had, she gonna talk about it with both of you was.
she
You
gonna
that
get y'all together. She
yeah,
she was a connector.
yeah, those secret meetings and stuff like that. You
You
know,
got connectors, and she was one of them.
and she was one of she somehow she make it. She figured out. She would figure it out, and you know that's the type of thing that I want to make sure that legacy stays here in Saginaw because she was from
Yeah,
Saginaw, you know, and
yeah. I don't know
she
his
made
screen flipping back and forth though, but
did it stop? Look,
yeah, okay, it stopped. Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, what the? We got the. We
yeah,
got
right.
power
Well,
check.
yeah, that's probably Sarah letting us know what's up. You know, she trying to say hi. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. The
But you know,
spirit
but like
live and well.
live way, I started talking about her little screen. But this is what it, like I told you, man. The whole
Yeah.
thing is trying to stay true to this movement and trying to stay true to you know what I believe in and what I believe in the people that's here. Because
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
everybody that's here, you know, from Cuddles doing his thing with the Wealthy
Shout
brand.
out Cuddles,
I
Wealthy, yeah.
I see y'all. I don't know if y'all know
Santiago
that I've been seeing y'all since the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
from
Before
the
any of
starts.
it, from the start, y'all been watching that, and I've been appreciating everything that y'all doing because what y'all don't know is that y'all are really influencing the next
Hey,
generation to be
and, I,
great.
and even with Florence, we're going to get Cuddles on here. We know he on the cover of one of our issues,
Right.
but Cuddles, man, you know, is one of those connectors too. It's a lot of people don't know that Cuddles done connected behind the scenes. He ain't gonna really just say it. You might hear somebody say it, but you know,
Yeah.
it's Cuddles one of those connectors, man. He a scene connector. Rush D is a scene connector. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people connecting a lot more. I think it's a lot of scene connectors
Right.
becoming more for Saginaw where they connecting people. They ain't just about themselves
Right. And
or you know.
that selflessness that they displaying, because really with them, if you doing what you supposed to be doing, they go
They gon'
support you.
yeah, but
It's
don't
just
just
that simple. Just don't come at it half, you know, don't come half ass. You gotta respect what they doing.
and that's
Respect it.
bro, you said a mouthful right there. You got respect what any of
Anybody
from Thawed
doing.
to Convict, any you know, and the main thing is when you're dealing with connectors in the game, and you got 4K availability on your phones, there's no way you should really have a video that's like, what the hell is You know what I'm saying? You got 4K on iPhones. You can go
Right.
and you don't even really need a director. You can still have a better quality video or even a song. You don't even got to put that much money in the song. You can go to any spot, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna work with you. They ain't got no high $500-$600 fees. You know what I'm saying? Respect, if you're gonna take your music to one of these guys or let somebody hear your music, you want it to be presented the best way possible. You ain't seeing Pac and you be like, damn, Pac, why that song sound so bad? Every time you heard something out of there, you was like, oh, so that's part of your brand. Don't let nobody see you without no bad video and you got
Right.
4K
Yeah,
availability.
4K. Yeah, it's right there. You know,
It's
and like
right
I said,
there.
and that's the thing. A lot of times people didn't put money into themselves, not thinking that they can make it. But you know, they see, oh, I only got 500 views. Your market penetration. You look at your market penetration. Look at your market penetration. 10%
Market
is
penetration.
great for anybody that does sales. 10% is like, yeah, I'm on. That just
Man.
means you got to have more interactions. You know, the
Yep.
more interactions you got, that 10% to grow. You know, once you start,
Mm-hmm.
because once you get over the initial whatever number you stuck with, you got a whole nother number to deal with. You know, we
Exactly.
talking like Detroit. What is it? 680,000 people. What? Come on now, that's just here. 13. No, 11. No, is it
and they wonder
12?
why their numbers be blowing.
Look, it's just in Michigan, and this is why Michigan artists, you know what I'm saying, really need to pay attention. How many top artists do we got coming out of Michigan? You know why? Michigan support, whether you want to realize it or not. I used to do shows in East Jordan, Michigan. If anybody know where that's at, that's way up here. On the, hold on, right here. You know, way the hell up there. You know, and guess what you hear? You heard stuff from Saginaw. They
hip hoppers.
there.
They looking for it.
Requesting it. Listen, I'm DJ. They requested stuff from our, I'm like, who is you? You know what I'm saying? You from up here. You know what I'm saying? How do you know about that?
And they be looking, these people just got to get it out
Get
to
out
them.
there. Yeah, you can't get it to them if you don't know them.
Yeah.
It's just that's the difference between when we was coming up. We had to get to know our fans.
Oh, yeah.
We always at the gas station for an hour, you know what I'm saying, at the party store for an hour. We go to a city, we park at the party store. And
almost all your CDs, you know who you sold them to.
Yeah. Look, I had a guy walk up to me the other day with the Gutter Music CD, right?
Yeah.
And he, what's up, man? I still got your music. Why he go to his car, pull out the thing, he still got the original CD.
Yeah.
You know, I got a case of CDs from everybody at Peen Scheme and all them where they used to write the name on the CD.
Yeah.
And just go out there. They used to, man, I'm telling you, the Mixtape Warriors, I got their CDs. I mean, Bone Scandalous, I got his CDs. You know, I got a lot of.
I still got Footies. I still had
Footy. Yeah, we can't never forget about Footy.
I lost a lot when I moved from Saginaw and some got stolen. But I know some guys that had our CD and we can't even get it.
Right. And that's that is the thing. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is that during our time, that's what we had to do. Now it's different. We can do
way different. You don't even know who your music went to.
Right. It's 20 people that think they know you. You know what I'm saying? You show up and you'll go to a store and they'll be like, hey, you.
Yeah,
I know you.
Even before that, they be in Switzerland on your SoundCloud. You'd be like, God damn, I'm getting more listens in Switzerland and Canada and
right.
But the thing about that is, what can you do to get it, keep it coming to them? Can you get to them? Because that was a lot of my issues with the magazine money. You know what I'm saying? I had people in Africa telling me, "Come on over here, Canada, get your passport." And I was like, I remember when I was in Saginaw doing the hype, I was still broke hustling.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Right. So I know how it goes still with artists. Like, you putting your music out, but now you can't even go to a show, do a show there.
Yeah, but now check this out. Now think about what we got now and what we can do.
Oh yeah, it's so many.
Now it's so many avenues now.
Man, you can do a live show.
So, and then we go back to what we was talking about earlier as far as the businesses jumping in. You know, let's get the businesses jumping in double dutch. You know what I'm saying? Doing the ads with the artists, having them do jingles and stuff like that. You know, stop being everybody. I think everybody notorious for being cheap, but you're being cheap on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I put a lot of time and effort into everything. That's why I didn't care about the money. I would if I needed an artist needed help, I would go out and just do it and wouldn't really worry about it too much. Because what for? If that person is successful later on, that person might come back. If he don't, oh well. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that big of a deal when you're trying to build something great like this. because you got to look at it for what it is. You know, what it is that I see some of the world's greatest talents.
Yeah.
What I
They just
don't
need to get
see
out. Yeah.
is that they out there. You know, how can you get out? How can you get shows in Cali and people respect your music in Cali? They ain't heard it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who gonna hear it and love it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
if
see,
you
that's one of my things. I'm gonna cut you off. You know, that's one of my things is by me, I'm in the South. You know, I still rock with Saginaw heavy because I believe in a lot of Saginaw artists. I just don't like a lot of things where they can get out or do. It's harder for them. I know it's harder. That's why I'm always still supporting Saginaw. But I'm in the South. I see how a lot of these cats moving. I see how a lot of them networking. I see it's cats getting I can mention names of cats that got $1 million deals off just doing a challenge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. Any opportunity they trying to get, they getting it. But another thing about it is when they got them deals, when the labels came at them, they had a bag too.
Right.
It wasn't just the music. It had a bag too. So the labels, even when I did an interview with Rashida back in the days, and I asked D-Lo, what do they look for in an artist? And they said an artist that can not just sit there and let us do all the work. We want a hustling as artist that they gonna promote more than we gonna promote.
Right.
So you can't sit back. They gonna watch your whole game. Is you promoting yourself? Can I go on your page and see your music? How much are you promoting? Are you just laughing and giggling all day? They're gonna look at all of that.
They're gonna look at it all. And see, and that's what a lot of artists don't realize is that people watching at our shows, how many times did Universal and stuff show up with people?
Yeah.
It is just randomly showed up. They came and hollered at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what are you doing here? Coming to watch the Saginaw artists, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, bro.
Yeah, it was like, who is that?
Actually, man, they don't even understand back in the day, bro. We was damn near. Shout out to Eric. That's bro. What up, Eric? Eric DeRussell. Shout out, man. But I was saying, Eric was out there back in the days too. When we was connecting like that, they don't even understand. Like I had connected with Richard Pryor Jr. and I think he moved to Bay City or did shows in Richard.
He moved to Bay City and started doing his thing right here. You know, right what I'm saying? There. Nobody even knew he was here.
Didn't nobody even know he was here, but I connected with him. I connected with him before that. You know what I'm saying? And people like him, I know it. I can't prove it, but we already know. Like Don Mega, he was watching the stuff I was putting up, and he was like, "Man, I gotta come to Saginaw," and he ended up coming to Saginaw from New York.
Yep, from New York, and came here and was killing the beat game. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want Don Mega, one of the ones that originally showed me. You know what I'm saying? The way that producers can be making money. Yeah. He flew in to the studio, you know what I'm saying? He already had his clients already pinned on the studio he was going to. They was coming in from all over the state. You know, he's with Brick Squad and, you know what I'm saying?
And if people didn't know him, he was one of the ones of D-Block doing Jadakiss.
Yep, and there you go. He had those two things going, and he just came in and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about what we don't understand, you know, going into the game is how many people really was watching.
Exactly.
They was watching. They was looking like, oh, this is new. This is different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then look what happened after that. The Michigan style of rap is all over.
All over.
Yeah, all over.
I know some medias. I by being in media 2003 on up, I know some medias like I'll be wanting to say some names that they big times right now, but I know they was watching the formulas and just expanded on it.
And expanded on it. You know what I'm saying? We got this story about one of our early songs with Evil Empire, Riding Dirty with Chameleonaire. Our songs sound the same. How is it possible? We did our first. You know, we did ours first. His didn't come out. Yeah. How is it possible to the same? But you know, they went to some showcase. Somebody probably heard it, probably sold it to them, or it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's the whole. Or they could have just heard it then and then thought of. You know, it could be anything.
It's so many different ways, but like, and that's what artists got to understand. I'm hoping y'all protecting y'all music. When y'all put it out there, you know what I'm saying. You don't even know like how far it's going, because especially Facebook, they ain't gonna show you who just looked at your page. I go around a lot of pages. They don't know I looked at them. You know what I mean? And I might not push no like. I'm just checking out the page. I want to see what you're doing. A lot of cats be like, oh man, you know, woo, woo, woo. I don't looked at your page, bro, and I'm looking at things going on. I know a little bit. Don't think I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see a little more. And you ain't showing. You don't want to put it on your page,
right? And I'll tell you, the craziest thing about that is a fan told us. We had no idea. We was oblivious. The song, we're like, what? I'm pretty sure we'd have heard it later on, but we was like,
they probably was on your page and took it.
Right, play the song, put back. Oh man, this sound too similar. What the
bro? And that's too deep because I put a lot of stuff on Facebook that I don't even be thinking about. And I know I had my books on face. I had on a Facebook notes like in 2009. It was a book I had called Money Talks. You know what I'm saying? It was a tale of a $20 bill's life journey. And I seen Jordan Lucas with his video came out like 2 years ago of $100 bill telling his story. It was $100 bills. I'm like, but what can you do? You don't even know if you got it from what you doing. But it was so similar. If you read my book and you looked at this video, you'd be like, whoa, but what can I do?
Right, exactly. Now
I just put it out there.
Now the whole thing is, now think about this one. That's the way the world is now. Now people take it. You come up with something, you put it on TikTok. Thousands of other people copy what you did and redo it. Come on, this is.
Think about that girl that put out that dance and didn't get no love until they finally said, "Oh, she the creator." After millions of people, took credit for it and everything.
Right.
It happens all the time. So hope y'all protecting yourselves.
But once you protect yourself in this market or this climate, you just get paid. That's what these influencers they teaching it online. Once you become a media creator, that's what you are. You're an artist. You're a media creator. Create media. Do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's all it really come down to. Create the media, put it out, and be consistent.
Yeah, and it's basically a time stamp too. You know what I mean? Of when you put it out, compared, because you can almost take that to the judge. So it's almost kind of like the poor man's copyright.
Right. Well, you created it. You know what I'm saying? Once you create it,
it's a time stamp
perform it, anything is yours.
Yeah, and it's a time stamp of when you did it compared to whoever took it.
Yep. And there you go. Well, if you register your music and getting your music in the right places to be protected, you just protect it, and that's it. When you find it, you report it or whatever you got to do. 9 times you don't have to report it with some of the services they got out here.
Yeah,
you have to report nothing. You can just go ahead and just wait and they'll collect the money for you.
Exactly. So, it's a deep game, man. It's a deep game. And you know what, Charles, man, we can talk all day. I already know it.
Right.
Because I'm one of them type of cats, man. I respect the creative mind. And I know you got a ultimate creative mind, man. So I definitely respect you, my brother. I think we way over the hour.
Oh right yeah. You already knew we was gonna do that. Come on,
we could have. This probably could have went 2 hours because
it's so much to talk about. I didn't even get to talk about the artists that I work with just locally.
Go ahead and let it out. Go ahead, tell us.
Look, put it like this. Because I would keep it short. The young cats that's doing it right now, all genres. I just had a country song that came out the studio. That's country hip hop with Bootleg. He's still in the game heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just interviewed him, talked on the phone, interviewed him. So he's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing. We got YGMP, MWN. I can just keep going on and on with the list of artists that have worked. Marcus Black, Zay Biz. Oh yeah, I think he was in a car accident this morning. Something. Mm-hmm. I gotta say shout out Zay Biz. I gotta say shout out to him too.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I hope you're all right. I gotta check that. But just thinking about how many different art finisher, I got so many favorites, you know what I'm saying? Baby Cocaine, it. And then when you listen,
there's a lot of artists.
Yeah, when you listen to their music, it's really them.
Yeah,
it's them. Yeah. It's really where they come from. You know what I'm saying? It's really what they feel. It's really the dance. I mean, it's really the artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Bobby Chance. Like I said, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on with these artists. Because, like I said, I used to come to the studio and just smile and just peek my head in the studio, listen for a second, and shut the door. Just like They don't even know. They don't even know. They have no clue.
Man, that's love. Studio, that's love because a lot of people, man, you just got to understand. I know the history of SAG, so You know, I can go back to Ghetto Records and a couple other studios. We didn't have many studios where artists connect. Ghetto Records was one of the main ones I know back then where 20, 30 artists could meet up. You know what I mean? So that's definitely important. Like he said, he rattled off a whole bunch of names of artists that he connect with. Each one of y'all know Charles. Y'all might don't know each other, but y'all know Charles. And you know what I'm saying? That's a connector. You know what I mean? So, man, shout out to you, bro. We like I said, we can go on and on, man. I already know. You got so much going on, and I appreciate it. So we definitely gonna have to probably have you on again sometime soon. When you,
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till after I'm done with this masters and this first part of the plan implement, because you're gonna see a lot of media from me coming up here soon once I'm out of school. I'm gonna have a lot more time on my hands to play around on the phone and create some stuff, you know, and really get involved with everything. That's been my plan since I went back to school, is just to finish this up, get it out the way. Use that to, you know, just to benefit the whole scene, you know, in any way that I can, and support the young ones coming up, because this is our future. Like this, you know, this is the future generation that we get to watch, not make the same mistake we make, but actually get together and make something great. Exactly. You know, so once we push that notion and just keep pushing that notion and keep pushing that notion, things gonna change. Because I'm tired. My name Convict, but I'm tired of us being locked down mentally when we got so much greatness, man. This shit crazy.
Exactly. And that's why I'm the same thing. And I'm always thinking, like, you might not notice it right now, but 5 years down the line, you might be like, damn, I remember when Thawed. Yeah, that's how you think. You know what I mean? They might not be rocking it, but if you keep putting your brand out there, you know what I'm saying, and keep building. And like Charles said, you know, you keep building, you know, the next generation of cats might come even more fiercer. You don't know who's finna come out, but it's some cats. I just watched the cat, shout out, he was just on Off the Porch. I can't think of his name. 90s baby Juice from Saginaw. I didn't even know that. So I was watching things, and you know, you learn about cats that came from Saginaw. It's more people doing, man. They really doing. So hey, keep going. That's all we can tell you. You might not see the fruits of your labor right now, but if you keep building, that tree gonna grow.
Right. And you know, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and end on that though. You know what I'm saying?
You got anything you want to leave them with?
Yeah, I want to leave y'all with this. This scene, everybody that's in this scene need to really look at themselves and see what they want to put into themselves. I see people like Corey Dollars build his brand from the bottom to the top. You know, we're real smart. And you know what? The first conversation,
BBG, I remember.
The very first thing he said is he was gonna get all sides of Saginaw to come to my studio. Because my biggest thing is like, I was like, I see too much talent. Why can't we keep this going?
Man, the street politics sometimes,
Yeah, but you know, being that he was one of the stars, and then everybody, Max Hilly came in, and you know,
shout out Max Hilly.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh, you know what I'm saying, came in here, and you know, and
shout
these
out
people,
Mud Brothers.
They started
Diamond.
Yeah, they started coming in here, and everybody started really putting it together. And like I said, this was a 10-year process.
Oh yeah, I remember.
10 years, you know, 10-year process of, you know, just working with certain people. And, you know, we haven't had any problems with anybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, it just
Bay City been waiting.
Love.
Bay City been waiting.
Oh, they've been waiting on me to fail. Yeah, they been waiting on me to fail.
I already knew.
Yeah, they been waiting on me to fail. But the thing is, I'm not gonna fail. The thing is that I have true intentions on building something great, period. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last of my worries. My worries is keeping the people on track to be successful.
No doubt.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple. If people support, fine. If they don't, I'm just gonna work harder.
Keep on working.
Keep working. Put my head down. Keep working. Worry about the people who support me. Shout out to everybody that support me, you know what I'm saying, that has been helping me out all these years, all through all of the shows and everything. Shout out to all y'all, and we just gonna keep it rolling.
Keep on rolling. And we're gonna end it on that note, man. Shout out Charles Conley. Y'all go check out Indie Spot, you know, the studio, dope studio. I was just in there, I think a couple months ago when I hit Saginaw, man. It's dope. I did a walkthrough and I'm like, whoa, Okay. Oh, I didn't know y'all had a basketball. Dang. It's dope
Yeah.
though. Y'all definitely check it out. If y'all in the SAG, man. If you ain't been to indie spot, man, I don't know what you're tripping on. And check out Global Premium Network. You know what I mean? And man, and just keep looking for him. You know what I mean? Charles Conley, man. We appreciate you. Salute my brother, man. I appreciate you rocking with us, man.
All right.
Much love. Much love. And we gonna leave y'all with that. Man, check them out. We out of here. Salute.